Hey everybody, this is Allie. Welcome back to my channel Color Mama 360. It is time for another video, and today is going to be something again a little different. I put a poll up on my YouTube community tab of what you guys would want to see, because normally it would be that time of the month when I do a work week whip video, but I don't have a lot of updates to share with you guys. And yeah, I just don't have a lot of updates, so it would mostly be just looking at what I'm working on and finding something to work on in silence, which is fine. But I also decided to put out a couple other options out there. I had an option on if you guys would like to see me do a video on how I use Fetch to earn gift cards and buy books, or if you would like to see my coloring morning routine as a busy mom and full-time employee. And I just barely put that up yesterday, I think, but so far the morning routine one was winning, and I had some time this morning, so I figured why not just dive into that one and yeah, do that. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you guys through my morning routine of coloring. So it is currently just past 5 a.m. where I am at, which 5 a.m. is usually the time that I release my videos as well. So you guys are not watching this in real time, but kind of watching this if you watched it right when it came out around the time that it was filmed in the morning. Um, Things typically differ depending on, you know, what has happened that morning. So if my youngest wakes up, I usually have to put her back to sleep first. So I feed her, put her back to sleep, and then come down. Today she didn't wake up, and so I don't know how long I'm gonna have before she does. Um, so we'll just kind of go with it. But I thought that this would just kind of be a fun, chatty, walk you through what I do in the morning video. Anyways, let's get started. So, like I said, it's just past 5. That is pretty well, kind of typical. I would say anytime between 5 and 6, or even sometimes 6:30 is when I come down for the day. So it does differ how much time I end up getting, because then my kids wake up around 8, and we start getting ready for the day around 8. So right now we have about 3 hours. First thing I always like to do in the mornings is just kind of catch up on things. So I usually have filming days and coloring days. Today we're going to treat this as a dual, because obviously filming, but we're going to be doing a lot of coloring too. So um, just kind of a catch up from the weekend. Today's Tuesday. I did not have any time yesterday. I did not get up early yesterday morning to do anything, and so I do have some catch up stuff to do. I did this title page, this Lulu Mayo Lulu's House of Wonder title page, and I need to record this in my coloring journal. Um, yeah, so I did this over the weekend. Need to record this in my coloring journal. Let's do that first. I could not decide if I should color her eyes in, so I did, and then I tried to erase it. I noticed here that I didn't, and I don't think I want to for the rest of the book, but I can't get it to erase any more than that. It's such a small space. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just leave it for now, I guess. And then I did write down my colors, and now I'm worried that I lost them. I'm not seeing them in here. Shouldn't be too hard to find the hair color again, but I had written down the dress colors as well. So oh, I'll have to look at my bags and see if I can find that. Let's get it recorded first. So February. So I finished this on, let's see, the 7th. And I used Ohuhu alcohol markers. and Prismacolor pencils. And that is it. Now, normally I would then go to this page, my February plans page, but this was kind of on a whim page, so it's not on here to check off. But yes, normally I would go over and check it off there. Okay, so that's recorded. I do also now have a whip in this book as well. Not sure where it is, but okay, here it is. Ooh, that yellow is turning out way brighter than I originally thought it was going to, but it's fine. It's just a base, so but yeah, I'm kind of going for the color palette is on my phone, which I'm using to record, so I can't tell you exactly, but I think I'm going for the yellow and the green, and then I think there was also, I want to say some red maybe in the color palette, or orange, something like that. Saying that out loud and looking at this page does not make it sound like it's going to look good, but anyways, so I do have that whip. Probably not going to work on that right now because I need the color palette that's on my phone. I do have this whip in Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon. This is a buddy color. I really was trying to get the background a lot darker than it is, so I'm not really loving how this is turning out, but it's almost done and we're just going to go with it. So I would like to work on this a little bit this morning. Not a little bit. I would like to maybe get this done this morning. And then I also have, oh, is this the Lulu's house? There it is. I also have Capybara Cuties. This one I just need to go in and do some silver on the hearts. And then, sorry, just making sure you guys are in frame. And then some of the highlights. So, darn, I don't know if I want to work on this one or the Summer Nights one. We might, I just don't know how long it will take me to do this. Probably not very long. I also have Matchstick Mouse, which is a book I'm trying to finish. I went through and based the mouse for all of the pages except for the very first one because I started on the wrong page, or actually the very first two. Okay, very first three. And then my alcohol marker ran out. Which is why I went through and started basing her on every page. It's because I knew it was getting somewhat low. I could tell. So, but the page that I actually have the rest of it based is this one. So I just need to go add pencil, but I don't think I'm going to work on that at least this morning. Might work on that throughout the day a little bit. And then I have this double page spread, which I've been chipping away at a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to work on this morning either. I'm probably going to work on that throughout the day. So I'm going to move those over. Let's start by doing some of the final details on this Capybara Cuties page. So again, right now it's 5:19. I do kind of like to keep an eye on the time in the mornings just to maximize the amount of time that I have. I really think that I'll probably just work on this one until it's done though. It doesn't have a whole lot left. Let's see. Okay, you guys are in frame right there. Hopefully I don't knock it out. But where is my silver? Oh. This silver Signo, I think, is what I wanted to use on the hearts. So, do I want to cover the black lines? I don't know. I will probably speed some of this up because I don't have a ton to talk to you guys about while I'm actually coloring. Okay. Oops. All right. I think this page is done. Really see anything else that I want to add to it. So let's get that one recorded. We're just going to call this one Cappies and Friends because they have the other animals on it. And I used Ohuhus again. I use Ohuhus for all of the capybaras, just Ohuhus, no pencil over the top. And then I also used Prismacolor pencils over the animals. And we used a silver signal and a white signal. Okay, and then that page is done. I did mess up on the alligator and it wouldn't erase all the way, and so I really don't like how that turned out, but I like the rest of the page, I think. I don't know, it kind of feels like there's something missing, but I can't put my finger on what. So we're going to call it completed for now, but if I need to come back and add anything, I will. Okay, let's go over to the summer nights page. So it's only about 5:30 so far. Again, I'm not sure how much time I'll have this morning just because my baby didn't wake up as I was coming down. So she may wake up earlier than normal. But we will see. Kind of my loose agenda in my head today is to finish the summer nights page and then do some prep for a video, and then I guess see where we're at after that. But those are the two things I would like to get done this morning. We'll see how that goes. I don't know why I'm doing the gold pen right now. Actually, I should go in and do the bird, which I was going to make gold as well, but I'm not going to do the whole thing with gold pen. So let's actually pull some pencils for that. These are the My Colorful Country Life color combos. I was thinking I'd just use her gold since my phone is where I would look up other color combos for gold. Sorry guys, yawning a little bit. Just not sure which one would look good. Let me get one thinking about this. That is something I usually do. Again, just giving you guys a realistic look at what my morning routine looks like. When I first come down, I do make sure that I have water. I turn my heater on, which is actually on right now, so hopefully it's not super distracting. This room gets super, super cold, so in the mornings it's very chilly. And then I let my dog out as well, which is kind of funny. He sleeps in a kennel. He is kennel trained, and he sleeps in a kennel in my office. Um, and so in the mornings when I come in here, I let him out, but then he likes his kennel so much that he just goes and lays back in there. So that's where he's at right now. He's just laying in his kennel with the door open. I will put a picture up if you're interested in seeing what he looks like. He is a border collie, we think. Not 100% sure, but if I remember, I will try to insert a picture in this video. If I don't remember, then I don't know. I'll post a picture or something like that. But see, this is the only thing about, I don't love all these gold options just because I don't know, something about them bothers me. I almost kind of wonder if, no, I don't think bronze would look good. There is one that I do like to use. It's not from My Colorful Country Life, but I should record it on this sheet because there is one that I found on Pinterest that I like to use a lot. I'm trying to decide between this one I think I did wrong. Okay, but to be fair, it does say that these two did start with the dark color and this one starts with the light color, so I don't know. But it ended with cream. So I definitely did something wrong here. I don't know what I did wrong there, but let's go with the bright gold. But I think that I may stop at yellow ochre. So it's not going to be quite as bright as on here. I don't think this will be that interesting to watch, so I'll speed you guys up. Okay, So have our pencils pulled. I'm gonna do, yes, that's very hard to read, but it's 945, PC 945, PC 1098, PC 1034, and PC 942. And we're just gonna stop there, even though there was more colors in the combo, and see how that looks. As you can see, I didn't get the distress ink close enough to the stems because I masked too far off, but then I did get it on the birds. So yeah, this picture's just kind of been a mess for me. I didn't mask it right. I couldn't get the blue as dark as I wanted. I don't actually hate it as much as I did at first now that it's colored, but it wasn't exactly what I was imagining. Now with um, kind of these doodly bits, I think I'm just going to color over them as if they weren't there. I'll speed this up for you guys. So I may come in and add like a couple little details with the what do you call those, gold? I don't know. Gold signo. I'm gonna call it gold. But let's finish up the flowers and the bees and then do that. And then I think at that point I'm gonna call this one done because I've tried kind of making the background darker. I've tried fixing some of the parts that weren't masked very well, and I'm just not sure how else to try and fix them. So yeah, I think we might just call it done after that. Okay, I'm gonna speed you guys up again. don't know. So I masked, actually, I do know. I masked circles around the bees, and that's why there's like this weird little white circle type thing around them. And I don't know why I did that. I'm just gonna see if I can at least darken up these three. These two aren't too bad, but the other three are bothering me. And I don't really even know how to go about darkening them up, but let's just put some pencil in and see if it looks awful. I mean, it doesn't look great, but this one might be the worst, actually, as far as in terms of how. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna be done. I actually don't hate it. Um, it's not my favorite page ever, but I don't dislike it as much as I thought I was going to when the background started going super haywire. I'm wondering if maybe I want to add, I think I was planning on doing that, adding some more dots. It's making kind of like a little spiral type thing, almost like a trail, and then there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I am going, so I had originally sprayed this with a fixative when I did the background to keep the, I mean, I don't even know if you need to spray distress ink, but I just did, just because I was worried it would get all over my hands while I was coloring. But because I don't want the Prismacolors going transferring to the other page either, I'm gonna go spray it again. I do that out in my garage. I'm not gonna take you guys with me just because I don't. I was already kind of mad at my little um arm thing that holds my phone while I film this morning. It's just, it's time to probably get a new setup. Let's just put it that way. Um, it was already making me mad, so I don't want to take the phone off and then have to put it back on. So I'm just gonna go out, take this to the garage, spray it, and then I will come right back. Okay, guys, I am back. I'm going to put these pencils away, and then we need to backtrack a little bit because there is something that I forgot to do when I was recording those pages. So we need to go back and do that, and then, yes, then we'll move on to what I was hoping to accomplish next. Making pretty good time today. In full transparency, I don't normally finish like 2 pages in a morning. It's just that those two were so close to being completed. They probably could have even been completed over the weekend. I didn't have kind of those detailing things that I need. Like I didn't have the white signal, the silver signal, or the gold signal. 1034. Um, in the wrong spot. So I needed to be down because sometimes I don't color at my desk on the weekends, and so I needed to come down here and get those to finish those up. So that is not typical. That was just kind of, I was very close to finishing those, and then um, they just needed a couple final finishing things. So what I forgot to do in these books, though, is record in the back. So I do have page trackers in the back here as well. So that I don't have to like look at old planners from previous years and stuff like that if I want to know like when something was completed or what it was done with. The spaces are a little bit smaller, so I do typically try to, I don't list everything. I just use the main things that I use. So I just put like ohuhus and prismas, which is what I use for pretty much all these pages. Not pretty much, it is. See, ohuhus, prismas, ohuhus, prismas, ohuhus, prismas. And that one we did finish that one this morning. So okay, and then let's go over to Lulu's House of Wonder and record that one. And then I think we said that that one was done on the 7th. Yeah. Oh my gosh, has it really been since the beginning of November? It does not feel like that long ago that I finished that other page. It's crazy. Okay, so yeah, those are just the thing. And then we'll do summer, we'll do the one, the back of the book in Summer Nights when it's done drying, but we can go ahead and put that in the planner. What should we call that page? We'll just call it Golden Bird. I don't know what else to call it. I'm not very creative when it comes to naming the pages. There's some YouTubers that are very creative and I like it. Did I base that page with anything? Well, I know I used Distress Inks for the background, obviously. Oh my gosh, I seriously can't remember if I based that page. I know I didn't base the stems. I don't think I did. So I think it's just Prismas. Gold Signo. And I did use a tiny bit of black Jelly Roll. And then this one was a buddy color. So let's, which this one is a group. I'll just put buddy group. And then this one was a buddy color with Cindy. So let me put her details here. Okay. And Cindy is so kind. She usually watches my videos. So if you're watching, Cindy, thank you for doing that buddy with me. And then since it was a buddy, I like to come over here and do a check mark. So I have seen Cindy's page and she has already sent it to me. So I'm going to do a check mark for her. And now my page is finished. So I'm going to do a check mark for myself. That's how I like to keep track of that. And actually, I need to update this because I did get the buddy from her. Okay. And then we'll go to here and find Summer Nights, which is the first one right here. Give it a check mark there. So then I'll just need to fill out the page tracker in the back of Summer Nights when that's done drying. Okay, so it is 6:05. Sorry, bumped the camera. It is 6:05, so I've been coloring for almost exactly an hour because I think I got down here just right after 5. I do have a little bit of prep that I need to do for another video, and that video is actually going to be coming out prior to this. So yeah, that'll line up good. Only problem is my notes right now are on my phone, which I'm using to record. So I am going to pause you guys, get my notes transferred into this little notebook that I use for just my notes on videos and whatnot. And then we will get the books out and start marking some pages. Okay, I got all my notes down, and while I was writing this down, I realized we won't have any pages to mark because I'll just be showing the book. So this is for, I'm calling it the book archetypes video, but since this video that I'm prepping for will come out before this video that I'm filming, I that's a working title. I don't think I'm actually going to end up calling it that. So whatever video came out on Monday is the video that I'm prepping for. And so I need to go just pull all these books. I don't need to mark any pages in them, but I would like to go pull them so that they're all ready to go and in one place so that my next filming day, which I don't know if I'm gonna, I may end up filming tomorrow just because I'm not really counting this as a filming day since we did do some coloring so that these are all ready to go. So rather than take you to pull the books, I'm going to go do that and then I'll check in with you on the time and we will decide what I'm going to do next. Okay, I went and pulled all those books. They are in a stack off camera, ready to go for when I'm ready to film that video. I also took a stretch and went and grabbed Summer Nights. So we will record the completed page in the back here. And then I will also need to send a picture to Cindy since it's a buddy color, but it's still dark outside right now, so I'm going to wait to do that until a little bit later today. We're calling this Golden Bird because I can't think of creative names. And see, that's why I thought that maybe I based it is because I have used Albert Durers and Prismas in all the other pages in this book, but I don't think I did for this page. Pretty sure it was just Prismas. That was finished today. Oh, no, 2. I feel like I wrote 1 in one of the other books. I guess when I'm editing this, if I did, I will see. I'm pretty sure I wrote 1 in all of the other books, guys. Which it's funny because both Capybara Cuties and Lulu's House of Wonder are in that stack that I just made for the other video. So when I'm editing this and I realize that I've written one, not two, 10, and two, 7, I will need to go and change that. Okay. So there's that one. Well, baby is still asleep. It is 6:21. Let's figure out what we're gonna do because right now it is 6:21, like I said, so we have some time. Um, I'm feeling like using some alcohol markers since we have done some pencil. Let's go to my plans because I have kind of veered off my plans a little bit this month because I just was in a bit of a slump. If you haven't watched my real-time coloring slump video, you can hear more about that. I'll link it in the iCards if I remember. But let's see if there's anything. And actually, the first thing on the list that immediately is catching my attention is Tinier. We could base that. That would use my markers as I'm wanting to do. And that's a book that's a project book on the channel. So that would be good to get done. It's kind of a high priority one. And the rest are pencils because this one's already based. I just need to finish the pencils. This book I liked, well, actually, it's Wondrous Folk that I like to only use Prismacolors in, but I had planned to just do this Little Folk page in all Prismacolors as well. This one wouldn't be markers. But I will base that one. I haven't, well, I do have some new markers that are not alcohol markers that I could use to base that one. They're not swatched or anything though, so that might be kind of a disaster. I'm kind of still leaning towards Tinier. This one I haven't started, but I was thinking about basing that one with Albrecht and it does need, well, it doesn't need. My plan was to have a little bit of a soft pastel background, or was I going to do the background with the Albrecht? Maybe I was going to do the background with the Albrecht too. So probably not that one. That's a whip, so that's pencil. That's pencil. That just needs pencil. I have not printed this one out yet. And I don't have a plan for that one yet, and that's kind of in my extras. So yeah, I think let's work on Tinier for a minute. Let me get that out and I'll be right back. Okay. You guys in frame? Yes. So this is another great example of why I maybe want to get some of those color palette books because I usually find color palettes on my phone. I'm using my phone to film, as we've already discussed. So I do think that I had a couple, let me move some stuff here so that I can make sure you guys stay in frame. I do think I had a couple color palettes picked for this page. I kind of remember them, but kind of don't. So we're just going to kind of wing it. Put a backer page. Obviously, it's the February shelves page, so I'm thinking I want to do something somewhat Valentine's Day. I'm just checking to make sure that hopefully that's like a good enough angle for you guys and you can see things okay and I stay in frame and all of that fun stuff. Let me get my Ohuhu swatches out here. So let's see. I do want to do something Valentine's Day, but I'm hesitant if I want to do just like all pinks and reds and maybe some green and cream. Like, so if I want the main two colors to be like pinks and reds, like, really Valentine's Day, or if I want to do something a little bit more pastel type but the only problem is I don't have a lot of pastel pencils to go over the Ohuhus. I do have the Ohuhu pastel set, but I don't have a ton of pastel pencils. So I don't know if I would be able to get the right colors that I'd be looking for. Let's see. Maybe we will just go very your typical Valentine's Day. Pinks, reds, maybe a tiny bit of purple. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's start with the shelves though. I think I'm going to do the shelves. Ooh, do I want to do them gray or brown? The gray I'm kind of looking at is the one that I just used up for Matchstick Mouse, which is the YGY11 Collingwood gray. I wonder how khaki beige would look. Let's do that. Let's do khaki beige E14. I will speed you guys up again while I do this. Guys, I just realized how much editing to get this video where I want it to be is gonna take. I was just thinking of all the like speeding up and slowing down, and yeah, this will probably be like the most editing I've ever done. So sorry if this is just an awfully edited video. Shelves are done. So kind of how, oh, you know what though? Let's actually get that back out real fast. Where did it go? E14. Let's do the other. I like to do one color at a time. So there are some other things that I think will be the same color as the shelves, like this bowl, this box. I don't know about the books. I like to, with these shelf pages, kind of make sure that the colors are somewhat evenly laid out, and so those would be two next to each other. Probably the houses. Yeah, let's go back in for a second. Okay, guys, I am shocked that the baby is still asleep. This video is gonna make my mornings look very calm and make it seem like I get a lot more done than I actually do. This is kind of a one-off, so just want to be transparent about that. I'm actually really surprised that she's still asleep. So it is now 6:45. I have all the brown done. I am thinking let's start on the next color and we'll just can kind of keep going and see how much I get done. Um, Now let's see, what color do I want to do next and what kind of like pinks am I looking for on this page? These are kind of smaller spaces, so I can't fit like sometimes I like to obviously I do a base, but I like to do quite a few colors in a color combo. But because these are such small spaces, I just can't fit that many. So just looking at some different color combinations here to see what might fit. Okay, I have one in mind. And let's get out a card so I can write it down so I don't forget. So the one I have in mind, purple 5, and the base color I have in mind is R22. So I had to keep in mind that this pink base is actually, once it has the purple over it, it's more of a purplish pink. This is just like the lightest shade. So keeping that in mind that it's going to be a little bit more purple. The other color that I want to do is going to remain more pink. So do have a little bit of a lighter pink that maybe I can use for that, or maybe even lighter. But I'm thinking, so it is 6:58. We're almost at 7 o'clock. I'm still very surprised that the baby is asleep. I do think it will probably be any minute that she wakes up. So I'm thinking I might stop here and work on my to-do list a little bit, um, which again is on my phone. But what I'll do is I'll write it out and I can just copy it into my phone later on when I'm done filming. Another thing that I do need to do is also update my little filming tracker. So in my planner, I usually keep it in the back of the month. I have done one for February, I hope. Yes. I have this little guide, which is not updated at all because this is already out. So that's been filmed, edited. I did the thumbnail, I uploaded it, I did YouTube Studio on it, and I completed the PDF version of the guide. That's my Valentine's guide. Valentine's Day will be over by the time this video comes out, but most likely that guide will still be in the, well, it will definitely still be in the description of that video. And then also you can find it in my profile on Instagram. I will probably keep that up until I'm done working on my master guide, which is just going to be a full, complete guide of all the books that I own and probably most, if not all, of the supplies that I own with links to them. Just because I kind of have gone back and forth on putting a list of books that I talk about in videos, and but that just makes the description so long. So it takes up more time for me. I don't have a ton of time in the first place. So I think that time, as a time saver, what I'm going to do is just create a master guide in Google Docs and link that in all my videos so that if I'm ever talking about a book that you want to go find on Amazon, you can go to that guide, click on the link, and find it that way. So that's going to take a long time to make, I think. Um, so I will just keep the Valentine's guide up there until that one is ready to go. This has also already released, so I, again, haven't been keeping super great tabs. This one has also been released. Okay. At the time I'm filming this one hasn't been released, but it is prepped, it's filmed, it's edited, the thumbnail is done, it's uploaded, and it's already scheduled in studio to come out. And by the time you guys are watching this video, it will already be out. This is the one that we just prepped today. The video I'm filming right now is what's replacing this. So we won't mark anything for that yet. And then I have my announcement video for a challenge that I'm doing that I'll need to film and my March plans. And that's it for February. Oh my gosh, how is that possible? There's got to be something missing from this list. Well, I guess I still need to film this one too. We've just prepped that one, but that seems so quick. Okay, let's talk about, I wonder if we just do my to-do list in here actually. Where did that blank page go? Okay. So it's February 10th. Okay, so some things that I need to do. I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a brain dump. So I do have my Elsa page that I would like to upload, and that is my light versus dark hashtag contribution. I don't know, however you want to say that. I'm using that page for that hashtag. So I would like to upload that probably today if I get around. I need to take and send the picture of the summer nights page to Cindy. Um, I know there's a lot of other things I need to do. I'm just trying to think of what they are. I will need to edit this video. Also need to create a thumbnail, which these kind of go again with this, but this is just kind of an overall to-do list. This is more video specific. So I'd like to finish basing this Tinier page. That probably won't happen today, but I'd like to start on that master list. Master book guide. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to do supplies too, but again, I don't think I'm going to get to all of this today, obviously, because I'm pretty much wrapping up for the morning, but just to kind of get an idea of what needs to be done over the next few days. I'm hoping that the audio on this video is okay because I keep forgetting that I'm wearing a mic. I think I also need to take a picture of my Rita Berman Africa page and send to my buddy. I don't think I've done that yet. I think for the same reason that I'm not taking a picture of the summer nights one because it was dark outside when I finished it, and I usually like to take pictures with natural light. Okay. So I would like to focus on getting the rest of this Tinier page based sometime this week. Um, I think this is January. What am I doing? I think my next priority would probably be to work on this surprise party page. This was actually a buddy that I asked to carry over from January just because I was having a hard time working on that page. I wasn't feeling it. And I'd already done a page in Winter Wonder. So it really it's getting close-ish. I'm just working on the pencil. So I'm just gonna put on here that I would like to finish that one. Again, this is kind of just for the rest of the week. However, I do think that one I'll probably finish at my desk. Well, I don't know. We'll just leave it on there. I think that's probably it. It's kind of what I want to focus on the rest of the week. So I think we're going to end there, guys. It does look like the baby is waking up. I'm getting pretty hungry. I need to probably go get something to eat. And that was a very successful morning. Like I said, I don't necessarily know that every morning is this successful or this calm. I feel like it's usually a little bit more chaotic than this. But as you can see, I like to work on a lot of different things during the morning. And sometimes that is guided by how much time I might have. If I don't get down here until 6, I obviously have less time than when I get down here at 5, regardless of when kids wake up. And so I do kind of like to do a little bit of different stuff throughout the day, like some pencil or throughout the morning, some pencils, some markers. You saw that I did some prepping for videos, filling out and keeping track of things in my planner. Um, so yeah, I would say that this is a good snapshot of kind of how I work and what I get done in the morning, but it's not like this every day. I don't always finish 2 pages. Like I said, those 2 pages were very close to being done. I don't always have this much time. So while I think this was a good overview of the variety of things I like to do related to coloring in the morning, I definitely don't normally do this much every morning. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like a little all over the place, kind of different, might not be everybody's cup of tea. So if it's not for you, then sorry. But if you did stick around and watch the video, trying to think of an emoji. Leave a sun emoji in the comments because, it's morning and I very much get up with the sun. Actually, I get up before the sun, but we'll still do a sun emoji. So if you made it to the end with me, make sure to leave a sun emoji down in the comments and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.